Hey guys, today I'll be showing you how to make a delicious pineapple bundt cake. This is the perfect lightweight dessert, and the best part is
There's a hole in this cake.
for the ingredients you will need 2 sticks of butter, not 1, 2, and some light brown sugar, good old ground cinnamon, mine happens to be organic. Then you'll need some all-purpose flour, and the star of the show, a fresh pineapple sliced, some baking powder and baking soda, I think it's a little shy today, and some salt, and 3 eggs, and white sugar, vanilla extract or vanilla paste, last but not least, sour cream. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now in a small bowl, take 6 tablespoons of butter melted, 3 tablespoons of light brown sugar, and half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Give that a good mix, make sure they're all well incorporated, and this will be the brown sugar glaze that will go at the bottom of the bundt pan. And if you want to make this glaze a little thicker, you can add more sugar, but I'm trying to keep it a little healthier, so I only did 3 tablespoons, but if you like, you can add 3 more tablespoons to make it 6 of that light brown sugar, and it will make the glaze a little thicker for you. And once you feel that those 3 ingredients are fully combined, you can go ahead and pour that goodness into your bundt pan. Make sure you get every last drop. I mean, this is the icing on the cake, so you don't want to miss even one single part of that. And let me get that all in, and I'll be right back. And once all that glaze is in there, you can go ahead and take your pineapple slices and stick them into your bundt pan. You can see that my slices don't have that cut in the center because I wasn't able to core the pineapple itself and then cut them into rings, but it's all good. As long as you can get all of those rings and fill those gaps in the pan, it should be fine. So let me get all of my rings in there and I will show you guys how it looks. And this is how it should look once all your rings are in that pan, all nicely snuggled in there. And you can see some are big, small, thin, thick. It's all good. As long as you got them all in there and they're all in those little gaps, it should be fine. And now in a small bowl, get yourself 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Give those a good mix and set them aside. Next, take that leftover butter that you had and make sure it's room temperature this time, not melted, but room temperature, and add all that into your bowl. Then go ahead and add your 1/4 cups of sugar, and you can go ahead and use a stand mixer with the paddle attachment, but I have this handheld mixer here, and I'm going to beat these two together on low speed until light and fluffy. And now go ahead and add in your 3 eggs, a tablespoon of vanilla, and 1 cup and 1/3 of sour cream, and beat those all together on low speed until just incorporated. Be sure to scrape the sides before you add the dry mixture into your wet batter because you don't want to miss even one single drop of that flavor, and you want to get them both well combined, so be sure to do this step. Once all that is scraped down, go ahead and add in your dry mixture into your wet batter, and do this in small portions. Do not add all of that dry mixture in at once. It will make it really hard to mix and it will just not get incorporated really well. So small portions until all of that is in there. And one thing to note, this batter will be very thick, but that is what you want. And try your best to not over mix the batter because that will result in a dry cake. You don't want that. You want it to be nice and fluffy and soft and delicious. So beat those ingredients together until just incorporated and then turn your machine off. Once all of that is well combined, what I like to do here again is scrape the sides, so when I pour this into my bundt pan, I know I have every single drop of this batter going into the oven to get baked. Now go ahead and spoon your batter evenly into your bundt pan. You can use a spatula or a spoon, whatever you wish. Use your fingers. Just get all of that batter into your pan And like I said, it's a very thick batter, so just take your time. You can use a spoon like I'm using here to even it out, and then we'll move on to the next step. Once that's all done, you can go ahead and tap your pan on the counter a few times to ensure all of that batter fills in the spaces between the fruit. And this baby is ready to go in the oven. And once again, it doesn't have to look perfect. The oven will bake this and it will do all the magic for you, so do not worry about how it looks. And once you're ready with that, go ahead, pop it in the oven on the lower rack on 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 hour. And I will see you then. And after 1 hour, this is how my cake looks. I know it doesn't look too great, but I promise you, once you flip this over, you will be amazed at how beautiful this cake truly looks. So do not worry about this first step when you take it out. Just wait and go ahead and find yourself a plate that can cover the top, and then I can show you how to flip this over. So I found this plate over here. I'm going to use this to cover the Bundt pan on the top so I can use it to flip it around. Make sure it's nicely snuggled on top and go ahead and flip that over just like that. Bam. Carefully lift it off and just look at that. Does that not look like a beautiful pineapple bundt cake? It's so soft and moist, you can just tell from the outside.
Bun? Bundt. Bonk. Bundt. Bonnet. Bundt. Bundt.